or they try to.
All right, and welcome back to the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. We're here with Shea Murtaugh and Mary Renshaw of Hoffmann-Murtaugh. You can check them out at Hoffmann-Murtaugh.com. And so you know, there's the old adage that 8 out of 10 businesses fail, and we want to know what it is about yours 7 years later. Why have you succeeded?
And what do you see the other also to, you know, in your experience as you guys are out and about and doing your thing, what do you see successful businesses doing? Not just what you did, but what else do you see?
I think a lot of it is you have to have a belief in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it. A lot of people, they give up too easily. So to stay in it 8 to 10 years, or 8 out of 10 small businesses, that whole 3-year thing resonates with me. On my 3rd year of business, I pretty much lost about 80% of my business.
Really?
Yes. Because, again, my first 3 years, I wasn't really out selling. So I happened to have 2 clients that one sold their business. It was a car dealership, and they sold it, so that client disappeared. That was one of my first clients. And then then I had another car dealership that, for whatever reason, we fired each other. So going into the beginning of that year, I was pretty much about 80% down from what I was first quarter of the year.
Wow. What did you begin drinking?
Yes, it was. Luckily, I was still by myself.
Wine.
It was only
It
was only one employee.
Yeah.
So, and it was just me. So at that time, you know, this is when I think a lot of businesses, some at that point would say, "I'm packing it in.
Yep.
I'm going to get a job."
Not Shay, though. She pulled up.
No.
Nope.
By the bootstraps.
I don't
no
sense.
overhead.
I had
don't-
no overhead.
Yeah,
I
no
worked, you
overhead.
know, it was virtual, work from home. So I said, my husband was like, you know, this is scary. And I just said, look, I'm staying with this. I'm not going to. And sure enough, 3 months later, it was the same time I had picked up all these clients. And because I had been spending 6 months out there networking.
But a key learning there is
Yeah.
don't get too tied, you know, lack of diversification in essence. You got
Yes.
too tied into
The automotive business,
certain clients, and if God forbid, like it's out of your hands,
Yes.
someone sells a business, what are you going to do?
Because my first client was an auto dealer, so I spent a lot of time in that. And then I spent a full year networking out of that category.
Yeah.
So sure enough, I lost those clients, but I was ready because of doing my homework the year before and networking. All of a sudden, I had like 3 or 4 big clients just come my way that were outside the category, and that's when I hired my first
So
employee.
the key if we're listening to this is don't get tied up in too few clients. Although big clients are nice. Network.
Yeah, you gotta diversify yourself, and
and determination.
Yeah, and with the networking issue is you really it takes 6 months. You can't just pick up a huge client out of the sky. So if you're in a situation where you lose all your business, you can't. It's not going to turn around tomorrow, and you're going to pick up a new client. So
And
you just
it's
got to hang
the right
in there.
networking events where the right people are going to be.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to another mixer where it's like people like, oh, this is better than working.
Yeah.
I hate those events, really. I mean, because you as a business, you want to go, you want to talk to people that have the same mindset as you.
Spend time and research where you're going to find people that are like-minded and are into what they're doing.
What about businesses out there? What are successful businesses doing right now, especially with everything going on in the economy? Give me kind of a 1-minute Cliff Notes version. What do you see successful businesses doing right now from the standpoint of marketing?
I think it's still too early to tell how the social media world's going to impact. I mean, a lot of, let's just face it, Pittsburgh, we're, sometimes a little bit behind in that world. So we have some time to let everybody else fail on it, which I think is great. Yeah. So one of the things we're doing is we're really trying to just learn how to market to Gen Y and to figure out what that's going to be like in the next 10 years. Because so I think any business that could possibly fail is not not paying attention to what's going on, but also not just taking your money and jumping on a bandwagon just
Right.
because you're seeing that it's working somewhere else. So we're just kind of dipping our toe into that world, and because we don't think it's here yet in Pittsburgh. I think that there are companies that need to market that way, and of course, if we were working with somebody like that, we sometimes will bring in partners that have more knowledge than we do to help market that company. But yeah, it's knowing your product. It's knowing when to jump in there and try something new. My thing is you don't want to waste your clients' money, because when you waste their money, they go away.
Yep.
And we're in the business of retaining clients and adding new ones on every year, not losing half and starting over.
I think that's a good point you bring up about
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and just knowing what the
Absolutely.
market here is like. There's a lot of people that still like
Gotta know
to
your
pick up their
market.
newspaper and read it by hand, and not everyone has cell phones or text messaging.
Yeah.
So, like you said, not jumping on a bandwagon. I like that.
This is
Awesome.
a very big newspaper town,
Yes.
so a lot of our clients still buy newspaper, and
They want it in
we
print.
plan it for them. Yeah.
Mary, Shea, thank you so much for coming down today. Very
you for having
insightful. Check them out, Hoffmann-Murtaugh.com.
and that's
All joking aside, great interview, great information. If you're catching this episode, go back and watch 1st through 4. You're going to hear a lot of good lessons, a lot of good information, not only about how you built Hoffmann-Murtaugh, but also what you see out there when you're working with business owners as far as what's working and not working. Excellent stuff. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time today. And come watch the rest of the episodes. And thank you for watching Pittsburgh Business Virgin.